We begin to talk about what that means. Hopefully we'll have a majority so we can pass it through one house. Hopefully we'll pass it through two houses. Get it to the president's desk if he chooses to veto it, which we would expect. At least we have the echo chamber going with American people who read, probably as many of our American people read the health care bill that was run over their backs as members of Congress. So this one, you'll have the opportunity to read a smaller 5-page, 5-paragraph, whatever bill, and all of a sudden we begin as Americans, American citizens, starting an echo chamber talking about these crucial issues so that members of Congress hear educated people saying yes or no, and we move forward in those things. All in confines of the Constitution. That's the basis that we start from. One other point I'll make, just as illustration of where I'm going and what I would like to do, approach that I would take. Cap and trade was a bill that Mark Schauer supported and co-sponsored in the House. That passed in the U.S. House. Some of you that have heard cap and trade, and you've also heard discussions that call it cap and tax. I call it a destruction of our energy policy, and a violation of any effort to go for energy independence as the United States. It would increase the cost for energy. It would reduce the opportunities and the varieties of energy sources we have. It would cut jobs. It would make everything higher priced, whether it be agriculture. As I see right across from our house this morning, tonight as we left, big old combine was out there combining oats. Huge thing. You can imagine the cost savings that is, the amount of ground it covers. But you put cap and trade policy through and try to buy the input fuel to go in to run that combine. The cost increase will be massive. There are chairs up here, folks. Please,
just like in church.
Yeah, please come to the unused front seats. And you're closer to the food too.
Yeah.
Anyway, cap and trade. I offered an alternative called the All of the Above Energy Plan. It's been taken by some of my colleagues now, and it's been introduced again. It basically said, without going into a lot of detail, basically said, let's give incentive, reasonable incentives for alternative fuels, whether it be biofuels, or whether it be wind, solar, or any other type of creative approach to energy that we could find and encourage. Reasonable encouragement, though, not forever. It's got to prove itself that it actually works and works efficiently. But let's also use the tried and true resources of petroleum, natural gas, coal. We're the Saudi Arabia of coal. We have clean coal technology capabilities. We have to buy our fighter jet fuel, the new age fighter jet fuel from Saudi Arabia because our environmental regulations won't allow us to refine our own liquefied coal fuel for our fighter jets. That doesn't seem wise in defense and security policy to me. So let's give incentive to use those as well. And then, oh, by the way, let's follow the founder of Greenpeace when he made quotes 2, 3, 4 years ago that said, let's do more nuclear power because that's the greenest form of energy. No global warming impact coming from that. And France has done it well, very efficiently, recycling waste and generating 75% of their power for their country from nuclear power. Why not go over to them and say, Monsieur, Mademoiselle, please, show us your plans. Can we bring those back and use those? If that's the case. We can do it ourselves. But let's use it. So that we're not dependent upon any nation, even if it's a friendly nation like Canada, for our resources, to generate the power, the energy, the fuel that needs to continue our economy moving forward and not going backwards. My legislation offered that. That's something we can put back in. We can push that forward. We can expect a lot of debate to go on, but that's a good thing. The messiness of democracy, remember, allows that foment to continue and move toward a decision that we ultimately can stand behind and then continue our progress from that point. So those are issues that we'll be talking about. Right now, I can tell you that the campaign, there's some good seats up here. And even if you wanted to grab them, bring them back, if that feels better.